Hello everyone, this is a short introduction video of a program I developed over the last 11 months. It is a chain mapper for EVE Online. This is especially helpful if you are living in a wormhole space or if you want to share system information with your group or alliance or corporation. This is the login page you can see at the moment, which show you some pictures of the program, a feature list, and some additional information for the beta testing license applications as well. It is open source, and if you want, you can check out the source code over here. You can download and install this on your own server. The beta is over, it will be completely free, and your data will be safe on your server. If you don't have your own server, you can use my installation costs. Okay, let's start. For the beta testing, you need a registration key. This is required. If you don't know how to get your registration key, you can check the forums. I will post the link, but this feature will be removed once the beta is over. This is just for security reasons, and so it's easier for me to find bugs or check the performance of the server. Okay, now let's set a username. It is Exodus 4D. Let's enter an email. The email must match with the registration key, so must be unique. Okay, enter password. Now enter the captcha code 3B6C. Correct. Okay, now you need a CCP API key. If you don't have one, you can create one here. The keys are required, and you don't have to check all these access features for the key. All I need is the character name and corporation information. Okay, let's copy and paste it here. You can add more keys if you have more characters or more accounts. Okay, check if the key is checked. 2 characters were found, and both are currently in NPC corporations. Because I spent so much time developing, I don't have time to play EVE for the last month, but this will change. Okay, let's click on this key. Now it is orange. Orange is your main character, which is used if you are not using the tool with your in-game browser. Then the character is auto-detected by the program, but if you use the desktop browser, the main character is chosen. Okay, click next. That's it. Complete. And now we can finish and start. Okay, now you can see there is no map found, so you have to create a new map. Let's say this is the first map. You can choose every name you want. Let's select an icon. This map is private for now, and scope is wormhole. That's correct. This is the default scope. Let's click on the save button. I get this information here. The map is created. We have to wait some seconds, and now we have here our first map. It is pretty empty for now, but we will change this. If you want to add systems to a map, you can right click on map, and then when add system, you get the add system dialog, and you can search for any system you want, which is on the EVE database. Let's start with GTAR. Let's start with GTAR. You can see, if you are typing, you can see all the results, which are fine for JE, I think. You can see the high sec, low sec systems, and the security for this. Okay, where is it? Here it is. Let's do not change all of these informations for now. Add plus, and now we have GTAR added to our map. Shadow. So now we have on the left hand side, you get a hand, so you can move the system around wherever you want it. And when you move it, you have this update counter. It's counting from 3 to 0. If the counter hits 0, all the data on the map is pushed to the server and synchronized with all the clients who has access to this map. This is currently a private map, which you can see when you hover the map. Blue means private map, so no one else is able to see the map, expect your characters. Okay, now add another system over here. Which system is next to Jita? Let's say it is Perimeter. Perimeter is a high-sec 01 system, and now we can lock this system and click save. Now you have Perimeter, you have this locked lock over here. Locked means you cannot move it or you cannot delete it when you right click. There's no delete option. So if you have a home system or a very important system, you can lock those systems down. Any other system you can move around or select multiple systems at once, but the not locked systems are marked and you can now move multiple systems at once. Okay, now we can connect these systems. We drag from one system to another system, release the mouse button, and now we see the connection is switched to a blue connection. Blue connection means it is a Stargate. The program automatically detects the distance between two systems and then it says, okay, this must be a Stargate, or this is a jump bridge, or this is a wormhole. You have multiple scopes of connections you can do. Okay, now add another system. Okay, let's start with the new wormhole system. It's a J12. J1, nothing is found. J11. J111. Okay, this takes a moment. Look at this. Okay, now you see all the wormhole systems starts with J1. You can see the C number of the wormhole system and a small effect color over here. Let's take a C4 and click save. Now we have a C4 as a red giant system. C4. Now we can connect Perimeter to this C4, and now you can see this is different. This is a gray connection. Gray means this must be a wormhole, and we can now move these systems wherever you want them. Let's okay, this is now correct. Okay, now you can switch connections. You can right click the start or the end of a connection and drag it. You can release it if you don't want to change the connection, or drag it to another system. Now it is connected to Jita. You can delete connections as well when right click delete. Okay, now you can switch the Stargate connection to a wormhole, which is not possible, so the scope is changing to a wormhole. If we connect it back to Perimeter, it is getting back into Stargate scope. Okay, let's connect them again. When you right click on a connection, you can have different options according to the scope. If you are on the wormhole, you can change the status to reduced. Now it is getting orange means reduced, or it is critical, or you can set it end of life. End of life is a pink border color. We can make another system over here and move them here. If you what's going on? Updated correctly, I think. Hiding in. Okay, now it works. Now you can click on any of these systems. Now click on the Jita system. Now all the informations here are according to your currently selected system with this Jita. Jita is in the constellation with these systems. This is helpful if you have wormholes or other, if you're checking out the systems in this cloud. This constellation, you can see the region, and this is a case-based system. You have a direct link to .lan and to wormhole.es. And now you get all these informations. The name is Jita. Jita is unknown status. Let's change the status. You can set the status for any of these systems. You can say it is hostile or friendly or empty. Okay, set Jita is always empty and friendly. And now we have to wait some seconds, and this should update to green. Now we have all the information you probably know from .line. You have the jumps in the system which are imported to a cron job into the program. And you can see the pod kills and the ship kills over the last 24 hours and some NPC kills. And here is the signature information we will step over soon. And now you have something very important. This is the route table. You see some default routes from Cheetah to Amario, Dixie and Rance. You see the jumps and you see the average security system for all these jumps. So if you have a lot of routes in the table, you can easily check out which is more safe. So these are equal, but these to the Dixie has 12 jumps and to Rance it is 15 jumps. We can add, of course, any route we want from Jita. Let's enter another system, for example, any low-sec system. Search for a route. Now it is calculating. Now you see the route from Jita to what is it? I have no idea. So this it's a 60 jumps route, and you can see there are a lot of null secs, and this is not very safe. So the next interesting part is now you have here some killboard information. This is a direct import or API connection to killboard Z. You can see all the kills on killboard Z within the last 24 hours. And you can see all the links. When you click on the first link from MyPack, I don't know, click on it. Now you get the information of the kill from this character on that killboard, so you have an idea what's going on in the system over the last few seconds. This is especially helpful if you are in wormhole systems, because when we check out the wormhole system, there's no jump information or any information coming from the CCP API, because these are restricted or removed from the API. If there would be any kills in this system, you can see them in the killboard section. Now it is empty, but if you are entering a new wormhole, you can see any recent kills in wormhole space as well. Now you can see when we click at this C4, we have the name C4, the security status, the effect. This is a red giant. When we hover this question mark, we get the effect information for a C4 red giant, which is hopefully correct. But if not, please let me know. And we see the static information. So we have a C4, a static C1, and a static C4 with the static names. Now you can label any of the systems. You can type test description and inform other people in your corporations about any special things which are ongoing in the system. And save it, and anyone who is able to see your map can see the description for this system as well. Okay. Now we can add signatures to any of the systems on your map. You can add a new signature, type an ID. Let's say this starts with JHY. Okay, let's say this is a data site in C4. We have these two types of data sites. If I'm correct, you can add a description optional, and then you click add this signature. Now we have a new signature added over here, and now we have a scan progress bar of the system. We have 100% of the signatures scanned in the system. Now add another signature, add this, do not enter a group now, add this over here. Now you have two signatures, but one of them is not scanned, the group is now unknown, so it's probably not secure the system. And the progress bar jumps back to 50%, and you see this is a good indicator. If you are scanning large systems with a lot of signatures, you can see if there's any new signature, or if the system is fully scanned, or if you're scanning with multiple people on a system, you get information of the progress of scanning until the system is fully scanned. You can of course add multiple signatures, the one with the signature reader. You probably know this from Siggy or any other If mapping tools, you can paste a scan string in-game into this window, and all the information is added to your account table. But you don't have to use this dialog. You can press Control V without opening any dialog, and the program detects your currently open system and adds those signatures automatically. So you can delete systems by simply clicking here, and then you could click delete, or you can select all, and then you can check or click on the delete all buttons. You can remove systems by, or you can remove systems by pressing Control. So there's just one system here selected. Delete one. You can delete this one. Okay, delete one. One is gone. And so this is so the very basic. You have two menus over here. You have this menu, which is according to your account, and then you have a map menu, which is here, where you can set some options. For example, you can switch on to a grid snapping. You get a small grid over here, and when you move systems, they are now snapping to a grid. If you have larger maps, that would help you to structure maps or make them more readable. You see now here we have active grid. We can disable this, and then we can click on the menu. You should have all the information you need to all the features which are supported in the program. You can scroll down and you can have a small introduction of all the features and all the types of connections, and the context menus and the shortcuts which are supported, and how to you can see how to share maps, and some chart informations and notifications informations and so on. When you right click a systems, you can lock systems down. You can set a rally point. Rally point means that if you want to bring your fleet down the chain to one of these systems, you can mark it as a rally point, and when you click set rally point and poke, you can't see it, but you get out of browser notification in Windows. You probably know this from your Gmail account when you get a new email, so you don't have to open the program in your browser all the time. You get informed about activity or PvP activity, and you get poked automatically in Windows. This is pretty nice, I think. You can see the ready point. It's now with a pink strip background. Let's remove the ready point. You can right click on the map somewhere, and you can select all if you want to delete them, or if you want to move multiple systems at once. You can add new systems, and we'll check this later on. You can filter. You can filter a map by a scope. So if you want to show just wormholes, you can click the wormhole filter button. So you see just these two connections. You see the filter is active, and you can disable the filter by clicking on wormhole again, or clicking on Stargate. So all wormholes are hidden, and just the Stargate is visible. And let's show all connections again. You can add up to 3 more maps. Click the map button, click the it's already active, the add maps. So you can multiple maps. You can add corporation maps, which are visible to any member in your corporation. If you are in Alliance, you have the options to create Alliance maps as well. You can edit the current map, change the name, and we will hide to this later. This is here where you can invite other people to your private map. So if you are running a small operations with up to 10 people, you can invite them here by typing the username, and then you can invite other people to your map. Okay, what have we here? We have some we have the sharing settings. So if you want other people that they can invite you to their maps, you have to enable or disable this. By default they are disabled, so no one is able to spam you with map invites. Let's keep this for now, and I will do another video later on which will show the program in-game with some active pilots. But yeah, you can see some effect information, so a small dialogue with all the wormholes and the effects of the wormhole from C1 to C6, which could be pretty helpful. Some jump informations from CCP-4Z of the jump range and the spawn range when you jump through wormholes. You have a full screen option here, which will show the browser in full screen, and some notification test. This is not so important for now. Okay, now you can see you are currently online. We have a small built-in task manager. When you click on here, you can see this is all the activity ongoing from the server to your client. It's updating. This updates every few seconds. You can see the request and response time, and this might have to debug any connection problems. And you can see over here a request takes 220 milliseconds, which is quite a long time. I will look at this probably. Okay, so if you want to change your character information, so want to switch your main character, you can click your character here, and you can go through the process again. Enter a captcha, you can change your password and change your email address, and you can under point 3 you can change your main character. Some other features I haven't mentioned now is you get for any signatures a point which is now green. Green means that the character who created the signature is in my corporation, which is me, so this is already green. If someone else would have created this who is not in your corporation, the point dots gets red or blue if it is a character in your alliance. This is helpful if someone adds a wormhole signature. Let's add a wormhole signature in this C4. We can see any possible wormholes which could spawn in a C4. I'm not 100% sure if that's 100% correct, but I try to give my best. Let's say we have a C6 and we have a wormhole. And click OK. And yes, if you see here a red point for a wormhole signature, you can assume that you don't have the bookmark for the wormhole because the character who created the signature is not in your corporation and not in your alliance. You can see the age of the signature, and we can see who created this and when it was created. Let's delete it again. Okay, so that's it for now. Now we can step into a more complex map, and I will show you how this works. Okay, welcome back. This is a more complex map on my local installation, which I created for testing. I spent so many days on testing on Sissy, so I created this map within about 20 minutes, just jumping from one system to another, and all the connections are added automatically to your map. So all you have to do is to rearrange them or set the position for each system so that it looks nicely for you, but all the rest is done automatically for you. Okay, as you can see, we have some more connection types. We have jump bridge connection over here between these nullsects. This map is a mix of the derelict region and what was the other curse, I think. So let's delete then this our test systems. Delete this as well. Okay, so I will show you now some more information. Now, yeah, I have two maps. You can switch between these maps by clicking on the tabs. Now this map is visible, and when we click here, this is hidden, and now we get a new render of the current map. This is a live render, and if there were any other pilots in any of these systems which have access to your map, you would see the name of the character with the name of their current ship in this system. You can check out the screenshots of this feature. I will now show you some additional features. You can label wormholes as frigate holes. They get a label with the frigate. You can label wormholes with a safe Mars. Let's add this. Let's click on a wormhole. Let's say this is now a frigate hole. We have this frigate label. And when you hover connections, the systems are jumping, so this might be helpful if you have a larger map and you want to highlight the systems we're currently looking at. Now let's click on this wormhole and set preserve Mars. If you are in wormhole, oh, this doesn't work. Let me look at this. If you live in wormhole space and in a C5 or a C6 and you have a heavy high sec, you don't want other players to fuck up with the hole and jump their stuff in and out, and you will probably bring in a freighter or a carrier, or so you can label these connections with a safe Mars. You can of course switch connections, and you can switch stargates between systems, and let's now switch back to let's change it back. Now we have, you can see here, this is the current number of active pilots in your map. I'm currently using the out of game browser, and so there can't be any pilot detected in one of these systems, but I will make a video later on about the in-game usage of the program, which is pretty much the same as desktop browser. Now you can click on the active label over here. You get now a pretty nice dialog of all the informations in your map. You see the map icon, the map name, the map type, it is private, the age of the map, it is now for 20 days alive. In the live or on the live server, private maps are deleted automatically after 2 days. Corporations Alliance maps will not be deleted automatically. You can see the number of systems, the count of connections currently in this map. You can now have two tables. One of these is the system table, and you have the connection table. You can see, you can filter or order all systems by their types. So you have all the case-based systems, all the wormhole systems. You can then order the type if you want all the null sec to C2, C3, C5, high sec, low sec, and yeah. You can see the security status or security number of a system, and order them from 1 to -1. You have the name and the region. If you are just looking for systems in curse, for example, you can filter for curse, system type curse, and you have all the curse exits in your current chain. Or you can do this with any other information. You can filter for names, as when you want to have the Jita system is type Jita, and we have just these systems. You have multiple or 100 of systems in one map. This might be helpful. You can paginate and see more systems, or switch the number of systems to 50, so you have all systems visible. Now we have the status of a system, if it is friendly or hostile, the effect, if it is a wormhole system, and it's, oh no, you can't, this sort order, that's interesting. You can see the static informations of any wormhole system. So if you're looking for a high sec and there's no high sec on your map, you can check the table and check if there is a, if there could be or will be a high sec in any of these systems, which you can scan out. you have your current position. I'm currently not in game, so this is empty. Otherwise, one of these rows would have a 1. So this means I am in, would have a or a small icon. I'm currently in this system. Now here you have the count of active pilots. If there would be any active pilots in one of these systems, you can see all the locked systems which are locked. And now you can delete any of these systems. Let's delete these systems, and the system is deleted. You can get these small informations, and all the connections to the system are deleted as well. Okay, let's go down to 5, and with the connection table is pretty much the same. You have the scope, which is a wormhole, a stargate, or a jump bridge. You can see the source and the target system and the connection type with a label. So you have 2. One is a safe mass and one frigate hole, and this one is a critted hole and the end of life hole, and another frigate hole and a reduced wormhole. The source and the target system, and when it was updated the last time, this might help you to find old connections. Any connections or system which is older than 24 hours, I guess. I marked them as orange, so you could check these connections if they are still available. If this is a Stargate, it's not so important, I guess, but they are always present. You can refresh this if there would be any changes on the map by any other pilot. Okay, you can now move or edit multiple systems. You can select multiple systems and move. Oh, this is not working. Okay, now you can add or delete multiple systems at once. You just have to select them all, and you can move all of the systems. Okay, so you can also rename systems just by double click on the name and type another name. Name it test, enter, and now we have renamed the system as test, and I click at the system. This system is now called test. This alias for the system is helpful if you found hostile systems and want to name them as something special. Okay, so that's all for now. I think I haven't forget any important feature except all the in-game actions or context menus for in-game, or share informations for a map. You can share corporation maps with other corporations, or alliance maps with other alliance on the live. Yeah, you can share them in real time if you are planning a joint operation with your friend or your friendly corporation. I will make another video with this later on. Okay, so if you want or if you like the video, please like it. If you don't like it, please dislike it. And if you have any useful comments, or if you find any bugs, feel free to mail me in the forums or by email, or leave a comment under this YouTube video. Sorry for my bad English, and I hope you like it. So fly safe and bye bye.